1950, we lived in Ogden, Utah, and the lady that lived next door to us felt sorry because I didn't have any reading material except church material. She wanted me to have some other things. So she gave me these magazines every month when they come, and they're a Red Book magazine. And this is the magazine, 1950. That was a long time ago. How many years ago, Joshua?
1950. So that was
62
62
years old. And in it, they had stories of people at that time. They wore funny clothes. We didn't think they were funny, but they had these funny stories in them. And they had this story about Gustav the Goldfish. See it? That's in the Red Book magazine. So I tore the pages out, and I kept that story. I kept it all these years. And all Gay's kids and some of Carla's memorized it and used it in high school too, in their classes for speech or English or something. But now, that is a magazine that a whole bunch of the grandkids bought me for Christmas 2 years ago. And I was so happy to see it, I cried. Isn't that terrible to be so happy that you cry? Okay, and then your mom called and got permission to, what? What'd you call and ask permission to do? To copy it?
Yeah, I emailed them and asked permission to copy
it. Did they
it.
tell you they were going to put it in a book?
No, they never responded.
It has never been in a book. You've seen a lot of Dr. Seuss pictures in books?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Seuss stories, but it's never been in a book. And people would say to me, "Oh, I know that, and I've seen that in a book." And I say, "Oh, no, you haven't," because I knew it hadn't been in a book. And they'd say, "Oh, yes, we have." And the story, instead of Gustav the Goldfish, was a fish out of water. Did you ever see that one? Uh-huh. And it's the same kind of a story. His wife wrote that one, and she wrote it for a reader for second, third grade or something like that. And she changed the pictures of the people, but it's the same kind of a story. So that's what they saw. Now, last Christmas, your mom found out they had these for sale, and it's a lot of the other lost stories that were in those magazines. And I have some more of them besides Gustav that I tore out years ago, 62 years ago. So this is the story of Gustav the Goldfish that's in this book with some other stories. And Dr. Seuss is dead now, but the people, this nice Cohen man, his name is, gathered these up and put them in a book. And I'm going to tell you about it. The man who sold Gustav the Goldfish to us had warned us, "Take care when you feed this small cuss. Just feed him a spot and not a lot, because something might happen. It's hard to tell what." Well, that's what the man said, so I tried to take care, just to feed Gus a pinch. But it never seemed fair. He always looked hungry when he gulped down the stuff as much as to tell me, "This isn't enough." So one day, poor old Gus looked so thin, I took the whole box and I dumped it all in. Oh, but the second I did it, I knew I'd done wrong. That fish food, I guess, must be terribly strong. The second he ate it, he grew twice as long, he grew twice as thick, and he grew twice as wide. Too big for his fishbowl. His tail was outside. I reached for my mother's rose bowl and yanked the rose out. And he looked through the glass, and he looked mighty mad, and he threshed, and he splashed, and he burped, and he blew as much as to tell me, "I blame this on you. This was your fault, 'cause you fed me a lot. Get me out of here, quick, get me out of this spot." To the back of the house, to the kitchen I ran. I needed more water. I filled up a pan, and I poured him from pot into pot after pot, and the faster I poured him, the bigger he got. Upstairs to the bathroom, and oh, what a climb. And that fish in my arms grew and grew all the time. Each step he kept groaning and rolling his eyes. When we got to the top, he was halibut size. I got to the bathtub and put in the plug and turned on the cold water faucet full blast. Oh, Gustav, I panted. You're safe now, at last. Oh, Gustav, I panted. This tub ought to do it. Holds my whole family and ought to hold you. But it didn't hold Gustav. Pretty soon the water was overflowing. It was up by my ankles, past my knees, past my waist, and there was my father's shaving brush and toothbrush and paste floating around in that ocean. Oh, what could we do? Just because I was careless and fed him a lot, we'd drown in this bathroom as likely as not. Then bang, with a crash and a terrible roar and a splintering smash, we burst through the door and out in the hall and down the stairs like Niagara Falls. And the first thing you know, we were down in the cellar, and Gustav, my goldfish, was a gigantic feller, too wild and too dangerous to handle alone. I needed some help, so I rushed to the phone and I quick dialed the number of Mr. Van Bus. He's the man that sold Gustav the goldfish to us. Come over, please, mister. He's big as a whale. He's threshing the furnace to bits with his tail. I knew, said the man, this would happen one day. And he hung up the phone and he came right away with a lot of strange bottles tucked under his vest and a thing on his back like a medicine chest. And he went down cellar and he worked on Gustav for more than an hour and a quarter. Well, what he did, I don't know, but he must have been wise, 'cause he shrunk Gustav back to his regular size. And he said as he handed my fish back to me, "And a mighty hard work, boy, and this time it's free, but the next time it happens, I'll charge a big fee. So next time, take care." And he stalked through the door. Since then, I've fed Gustav so much, and no more. Since then, I've fed Gustav no more than a spot, 'cause something might happen. And now, I know what.
Thank you, Grandma.
Get out of here, quick.